Hey guys, Emma here, also known as 8VinylO, bringing you guys another video. Today's video, I decided that it's been a little bit since I picked these up and I just haven't had a chance to film them. So, today's video is going to be one of my hauls that I have gotten over the past about month now. And I'm going to have another video going up from a different place probably in the next week or so. But this haul that I'm going to show you, this vinyl update here, came from the Salvation Army, so this is going to be my Salvation Army haul video. These are pretty, I think most of you are going to know these albums, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about them, but I'm excited to show you guys what I've picked up. Still got to give these a proper clean. Vinyl's all in really good condition, so are pretty much the covers on all of these as well. And but still got to give them proper clean, get them in a plastic cover, and yeah, make them look nice and keep them nice. So anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbering. We're gonna get on here with the video and show you guys what I have. So all of these that I grabbed were all 99 cents at a local Salvation Army. Normally I sometimes have success with Goodwill, but I never have success with the Salvation Army near me. But one night I decided to just go check it out again, see what's there, and I saw so many piles that weren't there a week or so before that, and so I knew they had just put some out. And actually when I asked the worker, he said, yeah, we just put that out like an hour or two ago. So immediately like vinyl just was in my eyes. Like, I was so excited because I knew that it wasn't really picked over, if at all. And so I started going through and started seeing names that I knew, titles that I didn't have, and I was super happy with this haul. So I'm super excited to show you guys. So first, I have 3 records that have to do with a Scottish folk singer. Let's see if you guys can guess. It is Bert Jansch. I'm only familiar with the name because I feel like I've heard him talked about before in the VC or seen him on Instagram or something. I know that he's a Scottish folk singer, and I kind of know about his band The Pinnacle. I'm not like, I don't follow folk, you know, records deeply, but I'm excited to give this a listen because I see, and I feel like I've seen him being talked about before. So anyway, with that, first record that I picked up is Bert Jansch's Lucky 13. This came out in, let's see here, I can find it, maybe go on the side, no, I must be blind, or it just doesn't have the date on here. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is a compilation album that came out in the US, and I think it's a compilation of a lot of his work that was previously released in the UK. I don't know why I can't find a date here. Anyway, it has to be the late 60s, I'm gonna guess. But yeah, pick that up. Also by Bert Jansch, keeping on with that theme. I picked up this record, and I swear I feel like I've seen this one before at least. This is Birthday Blues. Has a really cool back here, back graphics. Has a stamp of the previous owners. A lot of these records that I do have this stamp. So Mark, whoever you are, thank you so much for these records. I'm going to love them and take care of them and spin them and have a blast with them, so thank you. Can't find a year for this one either. Again, it has to be late 60s, I'm guessing. So grab that, as well as The Pentacle. This is their album Solomon's Seal, and the only reason why I knew of this is because it looked interesting first off, so I grabbed it and started reading the back, and I saw Bert Jansch's name right here. And then after further research, I found out that this was his band. This one I can find the date for. It is 1972. So I'm sure this is going to be kind of like a folk rock sound just from what I'm reading the back. Banjo, you know, acoustic guitar, drums. So that's what I'm guessing the sound is. So we'll see. I'm excited to listen to it. We'll see how it is. This was a really cool grab. I finally have some Birds in the collection, and this is their album Farther Along, and this was released in... Can't find the date on this either. Oh well. This album from the Birds I'm not too familiar with. This isn't one I don't think I see often, or it's not talked about often, but excited to listen to it and finally have some Birds in my collection. I can't believe I don't. It's just one of those things where I always come across and think, oh, next time I'll grab it, next time I grab it. And it's starting to get to the point where it is that next time, Emma, grab it, but I'm not too familiar with this one, Farther Along, so it has to be later in their career, I'm guessing. So grab that. Doing some Old West themes here with a classic album. This is the Eagles' Desperado. This is from 1973. It has the owner writing back here, but that's okay. Obviously most well known for the track Tequila Sunrise, and obviously the title track Desperado. Again, you know, I just picked up my first Eagles record about a month or two ago. I picked up The Long Run. I like some Eagles songs. I'm not too familiar with their catalog in general. I just know what everybody else knows. But I am familiar with this album overall, and I'm excited to have this classic one in my collection now. Again, for $1, you cannot beat it. This one many of you are familiar with, and I know that because I've seen them in your videos. This is Neil Young with Crazy Horse. Everybody knows this is Nowhere. I've seen this in so many VC videos, hyping this up. I've not listened to it myself, but I see it all the time, so I'm super excited to listen to this. I am so sure I'm going to love it. But it is in absolutely beautiful condition besides the little pen mark there, but that does not bother me at all. And beautiful gatefold. And yeah, I'm super excited to give this a go, because I see this all the time, and it has to be good if you guys are showing and talking about it. Alright, this one, when I was digging through, all I had to see was this. And I got really excited when I was flipping through and saw that pink. I knew right away it is Surrealistic Pillow by Jefferson Airplane. I've wanted this for so long and just haven't found a decent copy for the right price that I wanted to pay. This is a decent copy. It does have that owner stamp back here and some, you know, scruffs and whatever on the front, a little bit of ring wear, but the vinyl itself is so clean, and I got it for 99 cents. So you cannot argue with that. This is 1967. Everybody knows this this classic album here. Peak of the counterculture. So great pickup. I knew right away when I saw that pink band. So that was awesome. Alright, moving on. This is Beckola by the Jeff Beck Group. This is from, let's see here. Can't find this one. I think early 70s maybe, or late 70s, maybe 77. I don't know why that date's in my head. I want to say, I don't know. We'll see if I'm right. 77, I'm going with. But love Jeff Beck. Definitely not the best album that he's put out, but it's great, and it's just more from my collection. I think Beckola was a play on the jukebox company Rockola. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. But yeah, have this to my collection now. This was exciting. You guys know that I've talked about this record before. I I was stoked to see this there. This is original press of Jeff Beck's Truth. Again, has that stamp back there. Doesn't bother me though. In my opinion, and I've said this before on my channel, one of the greatest albums of all time. I love this album. I picked up recently my first copy that I've owned of this at a record show. I picked up a mono reissue of it, which sounds incredible by the way, but super cool to have found this for $1, an original press of my favorite, well, not my favorite, but one of my favorite albums of all time. So grab that. Keeping with the classics here, I also got Lights Out by UFO. Probably one of their most, if not their most successful album commercially in the US. It has Too Hot to Handle on it, the title track Lights Out, Alone Again, or great album, and it's from 1977. I love UFO. This is a great place to start in terms of collecting their records, so stoked to have found that. It's in the original shrink, so that was cool. Alright, this one I'm not too familiar with but it definitely caught my eye. This is John Buck Wilkins, In Search of Food, Clothing, Shelter, and Sex. I have no idea what this album is. It says up here in the corner it's a promo, not for sale. I don't know if you can kind of see that pressing in there. Here's the back. Has a gatefold. And yeah, I have no idea what this is, but it definitely looked like something I should pick up for $1. So if any of you know anything about this album, please let me know. I love learning about music and the albums that I pick up and everything else in that world in general. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below what the heck this is. But it looks definitely interesting. Alright, I got Bobby Caldwell's self-title. I've seen this in the VC a lot as well. And for 99 cents, I scooped this right up. This is from 1978. Pretty familiar with the name Bobby Caldwell. Not necessarily his work. I do know that he does have an amazing kind of like smooth, buttery voice. So I'm excited to listen to this. It's kind of like a jazzy R&B sound from what I've heard. So got that for $1. Got some Clapton. This is Eric Clapton's Money and Cigarettes from the early 80s, I think. What was this came out? This has to be like 82 or 83 or something. I can't. Okay, 83. This was released. He was having some issues with alcoholism. I'm sure all of you know that. And I think this was released a little after he was trying to deal with that. So. This album's most known for I've Got a Rock and Roll Heart. But yeah, cool to find that. Also picked up Bryan Adams here. This is Reckless. Probably the most well known from Bryan Adams. It has Summer of '69 on it. That's the only one, at least from name only, I haven't played this yet, that I know of his. But I'm sure once I listen to more they'll sound familiar. But this is from 1984. But yeah, Summer of '69, great classic rock song. Alright, this one, I'm not too sure about either, but it caught my eye right away. This is Little Walter, Hate to See You Go. He's a Chicago blues musician known for his work on the harp there. And that's all I know. Okay, so this one is on Chess Records. And I don't know when it was released. It has to be the mid to late 60s probably. And I mean, look at that cover. How cool is that? This caught my eye right away. I haven't been able to find a lot on this. So if any of you know anything about this album as well, let me know, but it looks super cool. And Chicago blues musician, so can't go wrong there. Next two are kind of fun. I found the Flying Burrito Bros, Burrito Deluxe, some country rock here with Graham Parsons, I believe. Yep. I'm not too familiar with the Flying Burrito Bros. I've seen them in some videos before in the VC and have at least heard the name, because when you hear that name, it stays with you. But one thing that caught my eye here is when I was reading the back, side 2, track 5 is Wild Horses by Jagger and Richards there. And I did a little bit of research on the Flying Burrito Bros, Wild Horses, and I learned that they actually asked, I guess, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones, obviously. That's how you probably automatically connected that song. This group asked for permission to play Wild Horses on this album, I guess. And this album actually, and their version of Wild Horses, came out before the Rolling Stones. So I found that to be extremely interesting. So I'm super excited to listen to it and see how I like it. Because Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones is a great song. So, yep, picked that up. Last but not least, this is probably the coolest cover in my opinion. Caught my eye right away. But I don't know much about this group. This is Home by Joliver, Arkansas. It definitely looks like a Psych album. This is on Bell Records. Definitely looks like a Psych, maybe kind of country album, country rock. But that has to be Psych. It looks like it just by the name and title there. But what caught my eye on this one was that it says assisting musicians, and it has Leslie West. And of course, I've been starting to get into Mountain, and I really love Leslie West's guitar work. So super cool to see him on here, so grab this right away. I would have grabbed it for the cover anyway for $1, but Leslie West. It also has Felix Pappalardi on it. He did work with Cream and then Mountain, so names alone, I'm sure this is going to be a phenomenal album, but if you know more about this as well, let me know. So yeah, so that is my Salvation Army haul. Super happy with everything that I picked up. A lot of it is stuff that I might know or not even know, but that I've heard a lot about, and I'm just super excited to listen to some new stuff, try some new music out, and see where that goes from there. So that's all I have for you guys for today. Wishing you all a great day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you all for my next video. Bye guys.